The Dow Jones Industrial Average is at a record high, silver is at a record high, gold is pretty much there, and the US dollar has fallen across the board. It has certainly been a very big week in the markets, and many people are wondering, is this the new trend going into year end? Or have we seen the beginning of more significant gains in stocks and a new leg higher in gold and a sell-off in the US dollar? Now, Santa Claus rally is something you may have heard about, which is that the last week of the year tends to be good for stocks on a seasonal basis. But we still have one big week ahead of us. This big week, we have a U.S. retail sales report, non-farm payrolls report, inflation report. We also have 3 central bank rate decisions: the Bank of England, Bank of Japan, and the European Central Bank. The Bank of England is expected to cut interest rates. The Bank of Japan could raise interest rates, and the European Central Bank is expected to do nothing. So there's one more big week ahead, and those sets of U.S. economic reports could have a very transformative impact on the markets. Because if you think about it, the Fed delivered a hawkish cut. That should have been bearish for stocks, bearish for gold, and good for the US dollar. But the only reason why we're seeing the opposite reaction is because of the huge liquidity injection, year-end enthusiasm, some of the positive comments on the economy. But do you feel that way? Do you really think it's really that good? I want to hear in the comments below. We'll know better next week when we have the retail sales, jobs, and inflation report. The data might not be so terrible because we already know that Cyber Monday and Black Friday sales were record pretty much. And so consumers are still spending. Maybe a K-shaped economy where the wealthy are spending and the people who are not so better off are cutting back. But the data is the data. And the jobs market, the jobless claims numbers haven't been terrible. Inflation, the U.S. may see slightly softer inflation, but across the globe, they think inflation is a problem. And many central banks are talking about raising interest rates next year. So there's a very good chance that next week's economic reports may not be so terrible. And if that's the case, that could sustain the rally in the markets, at least until year end. But either way, it's definitely a week worth watching, and I will be going through it all with you. So make sure you join me on Monday for our live stream. We also have this huge raffle that we're doing a live raffle on a Monday market outlook at 8:45 New York time. So make sure you click the link in the bio or the description for the raffle and join us live for the drawing on Monday. Have a great weekend.